Hello and welcome to the MMA Coaches Corner UFC 256 Figueiredo versus Moreno. And we missed you. But today we're going to be giving you our predictions, letting you know who we believe is going to win, persevere, and get their hand raised tomorrow night. So let me bring in my co-host here, George Scott. What's going on?
Yo, what is going on, Scott Sportscast Nation? We're here. We're in the building. We're breaking it down. UFC, man, we got a hell of a card, and I'm excited to break this one down.
There's going to
So I'll
be
pass it back to you.
some slugfest. And oh man, UFC always does the pay-per-views right, so this is no different. So with that, let's just get into our first matchup on the main card. We got Cyril Gain versus Junior Dos Santos, one of my favorite fighters back in the day. This is an interesting fight. JDS, we all know, precision, power, knockout, takedown defense. But not of late. Lately, JDS has not been looking good. He's on a 3-fight losing streak, all by TKO. As on the other hand, we have Gain over here on a 3-fight win streak. Gain's got himself a kickboxing background. A little thing about him I noticed is he kind of keeps his hands pretty low, almost like a BJ Penn. He's got some power. He's got striking. He's got some good submissions. He's got some good ground control. So this one's going to be interesting. I think this one's mainly going to stay on the feet. And if it does, I could see Gaines getting the win here with TKO number 4 for JDS. As much as I love him, I have to root against him this time.
Yeah, JDS is kind of on the downward trend, even though he's a really great fighter. He's still a great fighter. He's had some hard fights his past couple fights, and like you said, he's been TKO'd. He's been beat up quite a bit. But I mean, he was going against some top flight competition as well. I mean, going against like Francis Ngannou and stuff like that was always tough. But I think that JDS actually gets it done. I feel, Cyril keeping his hands low is going to really, really hurt him in this fight because JDS just needs one punch. And whenever you have that kind of power, I can see a first round TKO for JDS, kind of getting him back on track, kind of making his final push. But, if it goes to a decision, it'll probably be Cyril's fight. So this is a toss-up fight for me. It can go either way, but I'm gonna take JDS on this one by TKO in the first. Think he just
Nice.
catches them with those low hands.
With that being said, this fight's probably going to go to the ground and end by submission.
Probably.
But if it does go to the ground, huge advantage goes to Gain here. Gain likes to finish fights, so let's see if he can get it done. But I mean, I'm pulling for JDS, but if I'm putting money down, I got to go with the undefeated newcomer. All right, so our next fight, we have Ronaldo Sousa.
This is a good fight.
This is gonna versus Kevin Holland. Trailblazer versus the Gator.
Ooh.
Sousa is He's a high level. He's got great takedowns, great submissions. He's got some decent striking, so don't sleep on his hands. I definitely have to give the submission advantage to Sousa in this one, even though, I mean, Kevin
That's
Holland can also submit people. He is very underrated on the ground. A lot of his wins are by submission. We have Ronaldo on a what is that? Four win or Kevin Holland on a 4-win streak with 3 of his last 4 by TKO. Solid. And then you have Sousa, who's on a 2-fight losing streak, both by decision to some pretty tough dudes. I think Jan was one of them. But this is gonna be a good one. Expect this fight to go to the ground. See some beautiful groundwork by both fighters. But if this fight stays standing, it is Kevin Holland all day. He's got that range. He's got that reach. He really loves to sit down on his punches and just stay at the end of them. So he doesn't try to rush in and get too close where he can risk a takedown. He really uses that length well. I think I'm gonna have to take Trailblazer in this one by give me a TKO win. I almost wanted to go submission, but I think this one, both men are going to respect each other on the ground a little bit, so they're probably going to stand and bang, and that's where Kevin Holland is going to thrive.
Yeah. I mean, Kevin Holland wants this fight on the feet, hands down. They don't give you a nickname like the Gator because you you don't do shit on the ground. He's gonna you don't want a gator snatches its prey and drags it into the water and drowns it and rips it apart. That's what Jacare wants to do.
Yep.
So I think
Shout out
that
John Huggies, one of our old training partners. That was one of his favorite fighters.
yeah, he's so high class on the ground that you don't want to get in the water with him. So Kevin Holland, if he goes to the ground, I feel he's at a great disadvantage. Even though he does have good ground game, I mean, there's levels to the game. And going against a veteran like that instead of some of these up and comers, man, it's tough to beat a crafty vet. I mean, you see it get done, but it's a tough step up. So I'm taking Jacare in this fight by decision. I think he could get a submission win, but I think Kevin Holland's too tough. But give me a decision win here for Jacare, the veteran, getting it done. And I like Kevin Holland though. If he can keep it on the feet, he's got a great chance to win this fight. But I think that this fight's going to end up on the ground each round, and Jacare is just going to show that he's just a step above on the ground.
Yeah, and yeah, like you said, you don't want to go into deep waters with a gator on your heels. So Kevin Holland needs to use that range, keep them at bay, really pump that jab and some nice side kicks, really some push kicks. That way that he doesn't face that fear of getting taken down again and again and again.
Well, I think even just the veteran craftiness of like, getting into your range and then clinching up so the other guy can't hold him on the cage for a while, wear out those arms.
Oh yeah. And
Just kind of octagon control, that type of stuff.
I mean, that's the thing too, is I noticed Kevin Holland sweats a lot too. So if you're gonna get a submission on him, you're gonna want to go for it early too, whenever he's still pretty dry. But with a vet like Jacare, it doesn't matter. he'll grab a water snake and choke it out. So all right, so split again here. Nice. It's gonna be interesting.
There's gonna be some push-ups getting done, I'll tell you that.
For damn sure. And speaking of some high level ground game, let's talk about our next fight. my girl, Mackenzie Dern, world class
Gator Dern.
jiu-jitsu, world
Gator Dern.
class. Her striking's still a little raw. She needs to, really needs to improve on that. But I mean, if you get it to the ground, I don't think it matters. Do not go to the ground with Dern. I don't care how good you are. And her opponent, Vera uh, Jaroba, she's no slouch on the ground either. She has some high class level jujitsu as well. The main difference is that she also has some decent striking. She has ran through a few people, and just I expect this fight to be on the ground. Beautiful, beautiful transitions, mission attempts, deep stifles. This is gonna be a great fight here at the strawweight for the women's division. I gotta go with Mackenzie Dern on this one. I think that even if she doesn't get the submission, which I think she will, she could squeak out a decision as well with more control. So give me Mackenzie Dern by submission.
Yeah, I'm also taking Mackenzie Gator Dern. Dern. Because
Dern.
man, she can grapple with the best of them. And whenever your strength is the other person's, even more strong, I don't know, what do you call it? When
Yeah,
it's an
yeah, it's not a
even
weakness.
greater strength for your opponent, man, it's a tough position to be in because, I don't have confidence in either of their hands. And as far as damaging punches, as far as controlling the true striking match, I don't think either of them are comfortable doing it. So they're both going to take the first opportunity to get the fight to the ground, in my opinion. So give me Dern here with the submission, just showing that she's got a higher level than her opponent. That my strength's better than your strength.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. It's whew, that's gonna be a good one though. Any one of them, one mistake could cost those ladies the match. So we'll see what happens. Dude, this next fight has to be my pick for fight of the night.
How's it
Ever
not?
since a disappointing showing against a really, really, really good Justin Gagey, Tony El Kakui Ferguson is taking on Charles Oliveira, who is just a stud on the ground. I mean, he's just one of those guys you do not go to the ground with because it's not going to be a fun day. I will say Tony Ferguson does have some high level wrestling where he would be able to maybe stuff a couple of those takedowns, but I could see both of these guys slugging it out for the most part. And what does El Kakui love? He loves a war. And you can hit him as hard as you want. You ain't gonna put him down. You can try to break his arm. He ain't gonna tap. This guy is just a different mindset, just different kind of human being. Um,
El Kukui means something to him.
it really does. That's not just a nickname. That's a lifestyle.
That's a persona.
Now, we all remember up until that loss against Justin Gaethje, El Kakui was on a 12-fight win streak. I mean, who does that and not get a title shot?
Oh, that's tough.
That's just robbery on the highest form.
I mean, he got hurt every time he was about to fight for the strap,
Yeah,
just
and
freak injuries.
yeah, and oh, it's I think Dana said the winner of this fight gets the title shot. So
Mm-hmm.
So this is a number one contenders match.
Possibly a
Oliveira is
rematch with
no
Gaethje on the
slouch.
winner.
Yep, Oliveira is no slouch. He is also on a 7-fight win streak. Just been tearing through the division by TKOs and submissions. So I just have a hard time seeing him being able to get it done against El Kakui, who is madder than hell right now. He's just a madman, and he's looking to take out some violence and some aggression on somebody. And unfortunately, I think Oliveira is gonna be the one in the crosshairs. So give me El Kakui winning a hell of a decision, maybe even a split.
Yeah, this fight's gonna be insane. It's Tony Ferguson looking for some redemption against Oliveira, because it wasn't that long ago we were all talking about Tony Ferguson, the only guy that could possibly beat Khabib. Now Khabib's gone, never got that fight. Now he's got to show that he can redeem himself after that showing against Gaethje. Because what does Tony Ferguson do? He beats on you and beats on you, and he eats what you throw at him, and he keeps coming, and he just keeps beating on you, and he breaks guys, man. He really does. Like he just beats on you for the whole fight, and people get tired of getting beat on. You can only take that for so many minutes, and man, he's found the formula. It works for him. He uses that wrestling. He has all the tools. So I expect him to beat Charles Oliveira. Now it'll be an entertaining, great fight. It'll be a slugfest, but by rounds 2 and 3, you really start to see Tony take over and get back to that form that we all know and love.
He's used to these championship rounds, that's for sure. I
Oh,
think
he's coming
I
out
think
hot.
I think Tony Ferguson can fight for 50 minutes if he had to or wanted to.
He fights the same style the whole time. Like, he doesn't take rounds off. He doesn't slow build. He comes at you the whole fucking fight. And it's great.
100% for 100% of the time. It's be ready. Just be ready. So I gotta go with Kakui on this one. But Oliveira, if he can get it to the ground, he can catch him in a submission if the opportunity presents itself. So it's just I don't see you going to the ground with Tony. I don't see Tony letting you take it to the ground.
Yeah, I see Tony win a decision here. Possibly a TKO, just kind of maybe even a 10-8 in the last round. I feel he just kind of breaks his opponent, but Oliveira, he's a tough guy. He's not going to quit. He's going to be in the fight the whole time, but I feel that Tony's aggression, just that vengeance is justice mentality, and he's going to take it out on this guy and show that he's still, the top contender, and he should be fighting for the belt. So there's a lot on the line for Tony here, for both guys, really. But I think Tony wants it more, and he's going to go get it.
Oh yeah. And with that being said, that brings us to the main event of the evening tomorrow. Introducing first, we have the challenger, Brandon Moreno, who is gonna get just straight annihilated by the 125 flyweight champion of the world, Davison Figueiredo. This guy just defended his title like 4 weeks ago.
A couple days ago, wasn't it?
It was like last Saturday, it feels like. And he just immediately caught Alex Perez in a guillotine in the opening seconds of the
I felt
fight.
so bad for that kid. Never
he,
got a
he
chance
just,
to show what he can do.
He just never was able to get into the fight before. It was like when Cerrone got hit in the nose by Connor with the shoulders, just threw him for a loop way too fast, and it was over before it started.
One mistake, left that head out for half a second, lost your title fight that you've been training for months in like a minute. Like, that's so heartbreaking.
And being a good ground guy in Perez, you know he's really kicking himself too. So,
But then if you're the champ, that's what you do. You put guys away. And that's what Figueroa does best, man. Puts guys away.
this guy's a murderer, man. Like, he's just a killer, an assassin. This guy just comes out there and takes souls. And I don't see anyone in the 125-pound division touching him for a while. Mighty Mouse is lucky that he's not there, because he wouldn't have the belt. That's for sure.
Yeah, Herbert Cejudo left for a reason, right? He saw the guy coming up.
Yeah,
He's
I
like, I
mean,
ain't fighting these guys. I'm fighting the easy fights.
exactly. Yeah, so I gotta go with the champion on this one by I think it's gonna be by straight KO. I don't think this one's gonna be a TKO. I think he's just gonna straight put him night night. You wanna go night night?
You ever go night night?
So so who you got in this fight?
I'm taking Figueroa by murder, but I feel that this one might go a couple rounds. I believe this guy's nickname is the Assassin Baby. Is that him? Or the Italian Assassin or something like that? He
it
just
might
beat
be. He beat Brandon Royval because
by the
Royval
shoulder.
dislocated his arm. Yeah, his shoulder.
Yeah, he did Royval a favor here.
Yeah. The thing about that fight was he was getting worked by Royval. Royval was taking it to him on the and the ground.
Royval don't have power. Figueroa has power in every strike. And he's just going to land him and just keep landing him and get a TKO probably in the first round. But, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if we went a couple rounds and, Moreno just started using that footwork and was just kind of avoiding that big shots. But you can only do that for so long, especially against a guy like Figueroa who just comes forward and just doesn't care. If
well, not only he doesn't just come forward.
He's going to take your shot and land his.
Yeah, he's super good at cutting off
he's got great
cage.
footwork. Yeah, his footwork's awesome. I mean, the guy's in shape. His grappling is just as good as his striking. I mean, how can you bet against him? This guy's gonna go out there and just murder this guy, and just like you said, probably KO him with one punch or whatever. But I could see him just beating on him for a couple rounds and then just knocking him out, getting the TKO, just really breaking his opponent, taking souls.
I mean, show me another 125-pounder with nuclear power in his hands. Like,
I know, it's so much power. And nobody in that division can take it.
Dude, if
Moreno's got a shot to withstand it for a couple rounds, but he ain't going 25 minutes. No way.
If I was still able to be medically cleared and I just trained consistently at the highest level, all the way up to that title fight with him, I would still pick Figueroa. That's a scary dude to want to fight at that weight. I mean, there's 55-pounders that can't touch him.
I mean, his nickname's like God of War, means God of War, something like that. The guy looks like Cisco. I mean, he's just doing it all right now, wearing sunglasses at weigh-ins. His confidence at an all-time high, man. It's just going to be hard to beat him right now. And I don't see it happening.
Oh, yeah.
Taking Figueroa by murder.
Yeah, so let's get on to our bonus predictions here. Who do you think is going to be the knockout of the night?
Figueroa.
Yeah, I gotta go with the same. KO night. Both.
I mean, what else you gonna pick?
So now we'll go on to, if I had to pick another one, I'd say it'd probably come in the JDS fight, but I could also see that fight going to decision. This one, the Figueiredo fight is probably a sure bet.
Not going to decision.
If you struggle that hard against Roy Ball on all aspects of the game, I don't know how you're gonna make it through this one alive.
Did Roy Bell a favor.
Yeah. So here we go. Submission of the night. I gotta go with my girl Mackenzie Dern. I think we
Nice.
see a non-classical submission because Vera already said that old school jiu-jitsu is gonna beat Dern. I think Dern's gonna hit her with something like a go-go palata, Peruvian necktie, a twister kind, just one we don't see
Different stuff.
often, but it'll be effective. Who do
All
you
right,
got?
I'm gonna take Jacare, submission of the night, getting like an arm like an arm triangle, but like a gator roll, right? Just like that anaconda gator choke. Just solidifies his name. Just the gator gets a gator roll for the win.
Nice. Yep, I could definitely see that one. That one's gonna be such a good fight too.
I
So
know.
the
I'm
hardest
hyped for this
one,
card.
who you think's gonna be fight of the night?
Oh man.
I don't know. I got like 5 options here.
I know. They could all easily be fight of the night. Oh man. Give me Kevin Holland, Jacare, fight of the night.
Nice, because I was torn on that one.
'Cause
And the other
oh
one,
man, I don't even know. It could be Tony
I
Ferguson. Yeah.
I'm going with El Kukui versus Oliveira fight of the night. Ooh, this card is gonna be epic, folks. It's gonna be
stacked.
good. I can't wait to see some mouthpieces go flying. People
Oh,
gurgling on their own blood from getting choked out and beat up. It's gonna be insane.
if you like UFC, if you like all aspects of the game, if you like all of the martial arts, tune in to this card because you got people that got good judo, people that got good wrestling, people that got good jujitsu, people that got great striking, kickboxing, boxing, Muay Thai. Like you got the full MMA fight card here. Like all the styles are going to be showcased this weekend.
Oh yeah. Enough said. Ring the damn bell. Let's get it going. I can't wait another day. But okay. Other than that, that's our predictions here at the MMA Coaches Corner. So I want to thank everybody for tuning in. I want to encourage you to like, subscribe, and share on the YouTube. Follow us on any of the major podcasting sites such as iTunes, Spotify, etc. And I'm gonna toss it over to you. Any final comments here?
I just wanted to thank everybody for tuning in. You're in store for a great fight card this weekend. Definitely make sure you watch. Hit us up on our social media, all the platforms at the Scott Sportscast. If you guys want to talk about the fights, if you just want to be part of the community, always feel free to chime in, chirp in. We'll definitely get back to you.
Awesome.
So be ready for this fight.
And also be ready for an MMA Coaches Corner coach along, where we are going to we're going to go over the fight with commentary, live reactions, and a bunch of coaching tidbits. So if any of you MMA fans out there or MMA fighters out there just want to hear another coach talk about how it's done, we got you. Don't you worry. We'll be pointing out every little detail we see. So with that being said, thank you. You all have yourselves a great night. and subscribe.